the practice this evening seated, if that's okay for you. If you prefer to lie down, that's totally fine. But otherwise, I would invite you to start seated. If you are starting seated, I would suggest bringing a cushion underneath your seat, just to give the back that little bit of extra comfort, raising the hips above the knees. So just take a moment or two to have a little fidget and wiggle to get yourself in that comfortable position, ready for starting your practice this evening. And when you feel like you've found that place you feel you're able to hold for a few minutes, take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh it out of the mouth. Two more just like that. Feeling as though you're letting go with the exhale, anything that's been on your mind, anything that's happened in your day so far, just let it go. We don't need it for this next hour. Beginning to close the eyes if you haven't already done so. And just beginning to let the breath flow naturally in and out. Not holding on to the body in any particular way. Simply just allowing the body to be in this moment, in this space, in this time. And using your breath, my words, as cues, as invitations to let the mind settle, to let the body settle, to withdraw from the external world around you. You've taken this hour to practice yoga, to be with your mind, your body, and your breath. So I invite you to truly honor that. To practice kindness towards yourself. We're often throwing around the word self-care and self-love, but how often do we actually do those things justice? How often do we just take a moment to step back from the craziness of the world and just allow our minds and our bodies to simply be, not grasping onto anything, not bullying ourselves and pressuring ourselves to get things done, to be perfect, to look a particular way. In yogic philosophy, before the physical practice, there are ethical concepts that we try to follow. And one of the first ones is Ahimsa. Literally translated, that means non-violence, which can sound a little bit extreme, but if you put it into context of what I've just been talking about, then actually it makes sense. We're often very violent towards ourselves with our words and our thoughts and our actions towards ourselves. And there's that common expression, you can't pour from an empty cup. And it's that I'd really like us to focus on during the month of February, to truly honour our yoga practice and to truly honour self-care. So that will be our collective intention throughout February. As you let those words and intentions settle, I invite you to draw your awareness towards the breath. Simply observing how the breath feels in this moment. Perhaps observing the length of each in-breath, the length of each out-breath. Simply noticing. The breath is always here for us throughout our practice. I invite you this evening to flow with your breath, to let the breath guide your postures and your thoughts. Feel free to keep the eyes closed should you wish, as we begin to invite some gentle movements into the body. If you're sat on a prop, feel free to remove it from underneath your seat. Bringing the hands towards the kneecaps if you're in a seated position with crossed legs. We'll start to take a seated cat-cow. So it's that rounding of the spine. If I turn around so that you can see. As you inhale, feel as though you're sticking the tailbone out. You're reaching the chest and the collarbone forwards and up. And as you exhale, you extend through the back, rounding through the shoulders and tucking the chin in. I just said soldiers. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rounding back. Now these movements can be as big or as little as you like. This is your practice. Everything that I am offering is simply that. Don't feel as though you have to do each posture or go as deep, perhaps, as I do. Really tune in towards the movement of the body with the movement of the breath. So the inhale reaches the chest forwards, drawing the shoulder blades back and towards one another. And the exhale, protracted through the shoulders, pushing into that space between the shoulder blades. Take two more. And then coming to neutral spine. Ground down through your seat. Take an inhale and reach the hands up to the sky. And as you exhale, fold forward, drawing the chest towards the ground. It doesn't matter if you get there. The intention is that you're rooting through the seat whilst reaching forwards and down. So even if you only come just a few centimeters forwards, if that's where you need to be today, then so be it. Simply think about sending the breath towards the back of the ribs. Feeling the expansion of the back ribs with each inhale. The next time you inhale, slowly lift your way back up and take a hold of your strap. Take the arms out in front of you. You can sit on your legs as I am, or take a cross-legged position, legs out long. The lower body doesn't really matter so much here. We're working on the shoulders right now. Take the strap out in front of you at arm's length and try to maintain the straightness through the arms. As you inhale, lift the strap up towards the sky. And as you exhale, lower it back down. Going as slowly as your breath will allow. At any point with any of the movements in the practice, feel free to close the eyes and draw your awareness towards the sensations. As you inhale this time, take the strap all the way up and behind, trying to maintain that straight arm. You might notice that the arms get stuck almost at a certain point. So if you want to take the hands a little wider to enable you to come back a little deeper, feel free to do so. I absolutely love doing this after spending the day at a desk. So again, moving with the breath, inhaling, lifting, exhaling, lowering. Take one more. And then we'll begin to move the strap around the torso in circles. Doesn't matter which way, because we'll switch after a few rounds. Simply trying to maintain the straight arms and drawing awareness to where you feel this in the body. And when you feel ready, switch in direction of that circle. Come in as low as you need to with the strap. Okay. Bring the strap up above, and we're going to draw figure eights with the strap. This can take a few moments to get the head around. It can be helpful instead to think about rowing on a boat. So I'll help you to get into the rhythm. Try not to overthink it. And simply move with the breath. Switching directions. I'm not going to lie, this took me a really long time to be able to do. Like one of those things, pat your head and rub your belly. Can't do that. And release in your own time. Take a moment and come to child's pose. Just finding a softness throughout the arms and the shoulders, the upper back. In your child's pose, you can have the knees together or apart. It's totally your choice. And this posture is one that's available to you at any point in the practice when you feel as though you need a few moments respite from me, from the practice. Almost to ground yourself. On an inhale, slowly peel your way back up. Draw the knees together and start to lean back, walking the hands ever so gently back. Fingertips facing towards the body. Lifting the chest forwards and up. Pushing the ground away through the palms. Retracting the shoulders. Still, steady breaths. And an inhale, lift your way up and walk the hands forward, come into a tabletop position. So you want the wrists more or less underneath the shoulders and the knees more or less underneath the hips, just whatever works for you. Spread the fingertips and start to draw circles around the wrists. No particular right or wrong way of doing this, so if you want to draw really big, really little circles, if a particular point feels good, you want to hold there for a moment. You want to change direction. Just try to coordinate the movement with the breath. So forward with the inhale and backwards with the exhale. The next time you exhale, curl toes, straighten through the legs and come to your down dog. Now the legs in your down dog don't actually have to be straight. They can be bent or straight, where it depends where you want to feel this. So if you bend the knees, you can get more length down the spine. If you straighten the knees, you'll feel that more in the backs of the legs. Spread the fingertips to feel as though that will take the pressure out of the wrists. Take your gaze towards the belly button. That's it, beautiful. That's it. It can take a while for your down dog to feel somewhat comfortable. So if whenever you're here, you feel as though this is not right, move, make it right for you. On your next inhale, walk the feet to the top of the mat. Take an inhale and reach the hands behind you. If you can, clasp the hands. If you can't, it's okay. You can just have the momentum there. Take an inhale again, halfway lift. And as you exhale, fold forwards, bringing the belly to rest on the thighs. If you'd like to, you can draw the knuckles up towards the sky. That's it. Continue to take those breaths. On your next inhale, slowly rise up, pushing through the heels, lifting up. Take an inhale. Once you arrive at the top, and as you exhale, draw the knuckles behind you and down towards the ground, pushing the hips forwards. Inhale to release. Exhale, soften through the shoulders. We'll take Sun Salutation A. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, tilt at the hips, fold forwards, bring the belly to the thighs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, step back to plank. Release the knees. Bend the elbows towards the ribs as you lower the chest down. Inhale, retract the shoulders. Reach the collarbone up and forwards. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Inhale to look forwards. And exhale, step the right foot to the top. Lower the left knee. On an inhale, if you need to lift the hands up to the hips or onto blocks or books if you have them handy, you can do. Take an inhale, sink the hips lower, lifting the collarbones up and forwards. As you exhale, draw the seat back, straightening through the right leg. I'm just going to remove my blocks so you can see me better. Inhaling, coming forwards. Exhaling, reaching the seat back. As we move in this way, have a play with your position of the feet. Is it better or worse for you with the toes bent at the back? Do you get a greater stretch if you flex the front feet? The next time you come forwards, plant the left hand either to the ground or your block. Take an inhale, reach the right fingertips up. And begin to draw circles. Doesn't matter which direction. And feel as though you're pulling up and out of that left shoulder, so you're not dumping into the ground. You've got space. Switching directions with that right arm. On your next inhale, reach both hands up to the sky, come up off that back knee and come to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So grounding down through that back heel, reaching the right knee forward, sinking low at the hips. Soften the shoulders. As we start to move through our flow, I want to remind you about the way in which you talk to yourself mentally. Think about using kind words, not pushing the body. As you exhale, draw the hands behind you. Clasp the hands if that's available to you, otherwise you can simply hold opposite wrists. Take an inhale, reach the heart up, and as you exhale, fold forwards. So you're almost drawing that right shoulder towards the inside of the right knee. That's it. Inhale. Exhale. Release that back knee down to the ground as you lift the chest up. Inhale. Exhale, extending backwards. So the heart is reaching up towards the sky, the knuckles to the ground, and the hips forwards and down. Think about that breath. On an inhale, lift yourself up and back with the seat, just as we did earlier. Take an inhale, lifting up, and then exhale, arching through the back. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, straighten through the front leg, reach the seat back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release the hands to the ground in front of you. Plant the right foot. I'm just going to spin around so that you can see me. Plant the right foot. Start to come forwards, taking the weight into that front foot. And if you can, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh. Just step back a little. Option here. If you need it, take your finger to a wall. No need to struggle through. Think about rooting down through that solid base of the foot. Find the foundation. If you'd like to, you can draw the hands behind you into a reverse prayer position. Or you can simply hold hands, wrists, or elbows. Staying here, or perhaps lowering the seat a little, almost into a squat position. Focus the mind on the breath, on what you can control. If you lose your balance, you're not in control of that, it doesn't matter. But you can control the breath and the words that you use. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Taking ragdoll, so if you want to take the feet hip distance, hands to opposite elbows, and let the belly rest on the thighs, allowing the crown of the head to reach towards the earth. That's it. Bend the knees as much as you need to find almost that shelf for the belly to rest on. Inhale, exhale, release the hands to the mat and step back to your down dog. Pushing the chest back, drawing the heels towards the ground. Your drishti, that gaze point, is towards the navel. Drawing your awareness to the sounds of your breath. On an inhale, look forwards, and exhale, step the left foot to the top of the mat. Ground down through the right knee. Same flow on the opposite side. So as you inhale, the collarbone lifts forwards and up. As you exhale, the seat draws back, the left leg straightens. Again, use anything you have available, bringing the ground to you. We're working on opening across the hip area, strengthening the shoulders, and stretching through the front body. So we want to find that sense of openness. Take one more just like that. The next time you come forward, plant the right hand, reach the left fingertips up to the sky, and then begin to draw circles with that arm, any direction. Your choice to take the gaze with you. Switching directions. Remembering to pull up and out, away from that right shoulder. On your next inhale, reach both hands up to the sky and draw yourself up, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So you want the chest, the hips and the ribs facing the front of the mat. If you need to step the feet a little wider, so if I just face forward so you can see, if you've got this sort of action going on, you want to think about pulling yourself around towards the left. To do so, it might be helpful to draw that right foot further out to the right to give you that bit more space in the hip area. Softening at the shoulders, unclenching the jaw. Take an inhale. Exhale, clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, pull the knuckles down, the heart up. And as you exhale, fold forwards towards the inside of the left knee. Drawing the knuckles up towards the sky. Keep pushing into the little toe side of the back foot. Inhale. Exhale, pivot on the back foot and lower the right knee. Your next inhale, lift yourself up. Exhale, draw the knuckles towards the ground, hips forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, draw the seat back. Straighten through that left leg. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sinking back and down. Inhale up and forwards. Inhale up and back. 2 more, moving at the rhythm of your own breath. From neutral position, release the hands, take the hands forward. We're coming into that figure 4 balance. Plant the left foot and begin to draw your way up, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. Take a moment or 2 to get your balance. Use the big toe. Push down through the heel. Option to take that hand or arm variation. Retracting the shoulders back. Maybe you stay here or maybe you start to move the seat down almost towards a squat. Inhale, exhale, slowly release. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to draw the hands underneath the feet. So you want the toes to come to the wrist joint. So even if you need to bend a lot in the knees, that's okay. You might like to rock forwards and back slightly here. Almost like a massage for the wrists. 2 more breaths here. Exhale, hands to the mat and return to your down dog. Option, of course, is to take child's pose. Feeling as though you're using this as a moment to reset the mind, reaffirm that collective intention of Ahimsa, of kindness, non-violence towards the physical and mental self. As you inhale, look forwards and step the right foot to the top of the mat. Peel the right fingertips up to the sky and open the chest towards the right. Option is to lower the back knee if you wish. Draw that left heel towards the back of your room. Pull the right fingertips up to the sky. Beautiful. On your next inhale, sweep both hands up into a high lunge. As you exhale, soften the seat. You might want to wiggle the back foot even further away, feeling that opening at the psoas. Soften the shoulders. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, try to keep the hips where they are, but opening the chest and the arms towards the right. Inhale. Feel free to straighten and release the front thighs. You inhale, coming up. Exhale, chest and arms reaching to the left. 2 more on each side, moving with your own breath. You don't have to stay at my pace. Once you've completed your final round, lower that back heel, coming into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So this time the chest and the ribs are facing towards the left. Right fingertips reaching forwards and left fingertips reaching back. Soften the shoulders. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw the hands together, bringing the right hand underneath the left, crossing and coming into Garudasana arms or eagle arms. If that's not in your practice, that's not accessible, that's okay. You can simply draw the hands towards the shoulders. Draw the elbows away from the chest, palms away from the face. Take an inhale to lean up and back. And as you exhale, fold forwards towards that right leg. We're going to keep going, circling all the way along the left to the back of the mat. Adjust the feet so you come up into your warrior position at the back of your mat. Nice. Returning to where we came from. Lower down. Spin across. Inhaling. Coming up. Beautiful. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, release the arms. Lower the left hand to the mat. Returning almost to that twisted lunge that we had. We're going to come into a side plank here. So option is to lower that left knee and step back into a supported side plank. Or you can keep the back knee up, leaning resting on the little toe side of the foot and drawing up and out of that left shoulder. I'm just going to stop so I can check. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. Keep reaching up at the hips and the fingers. Inhale. Exhale. Step the right foot to the top of the mat. Weight goes into the right foot. And step up, coming into your balance. That left leg, nearly said right then, we'll cross over just as we did on the other, earlier in the practice. Option is to stay here, or maybe you can close that gap, coming into more of a twist. That's it. Option is to stay here, or bring the right elbow, underneath the left. Option to stay as you are. Option to sink down into your seat. Try not to push yourself and find that balance between taking what's right for you, accepting a challenge, and taking the easy route. You need to find what works for you. Take an inhale to rise up and exhale to release. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to your down dog. Heels drawing to the ground, chest back. Again, if you want to take your child's pose for a moment here, be my guest. Start to tune into the breath. Noticing if perhaps the breath has become more laboured. Noticing if the breath is steady. And what effect this might have on the mind. On your next inhale, from your down dog, gaze forwards. Step the left foot to the top. Option to lower the back knee. Otherwise, reach the left fingertips up to the sky. Beautiful. So we're drawing that right heel back whilst reaching the left fingertips up and away. Inhale. Exhale, come up into a high lunge. Again, wiggle that foot back if you need to. Nice. Adjusting the posture so it's right for you. Inhale. Exhale, spin the chest and the arms towards the left. Trying to keep the hips as they are. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, opening to the right. 2 more each side. And if you feel you want to straighten through the knee to give that thigh a little bit of a break, feel free to do so. From neutral, ground down through that back heel and open out Virabhadrasana 2. So your warrior 2 position, chest, ribs, hip headlights facing the right, shoulders are soft, fingertips drawing away from the midline. We're coming into those eagle arms, Garudasana. Left, I'm just going to turn around so you can see me better. Left arm this time will come underneath the right, crossing at the elbows, or holding the opposite shoulders. Take an inhale, reaching up and back. And as you exhale, fold forwards, pivoting towards your right. Keep pivoting until you come up at the back of your mat. Take an inhale and exhale to return. Inhale, exhale, release the arms. Plant the right hand down to the ground inside the left foot. We're coming into that side plank, so take whichever variation you would like to. Thinking about stacking the bones, the shoulders over the wrists, so that you can use the support there. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, step that left foot to the top of the mat. We're coming into your Garudasana, eagle, standing balance. Weight into the left foot, the right foot. See if I can spin. I can't elegantly balance and spin, unfortunately. So your right leg will come over your left. The left arm will come underneath the right if you're taking that variation. Again, think about pushing into the big toe, pushing into the heel. Maybe you stay, or maybe you draw your seat down. Wherever you are, be comfortable with what you've got, with what your body's allowing you to do. Nice. So come out, take an inhale, and exhale, release. We'll flow through vinyasa to come to child's pose. Inhale, sweep the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, plank. Exhale, release the knees. Lower down through the chest, elbows tucked in. Push through into the fronts of the feet as you inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, child's pose. As you arrive in your child's pose, I invite you to take a few moments here to check in with the breath. With the mind, with your thoughts. And allow the breath to settle once more. From your child's pose, you'll start to slow things down a little. Take the knees so that they're about hip distance. Soften the shoulders. The hands can come to the hips if that's comfortable. And we're going to come up onto our knees, but try to do it if you can without coming forwards. So try to keep the spine, the head over the hips. And just notice where you feel this. What parts of your body are now engaged each time you lift up? Take 2 more. And release. So those parts of the body that you've just activated, that you engage, you want to be thinking about those as we come into our back bend, Ustrasana, or camel pose. So we'll take you through it through stages. Taking the hands almost as though you're taking them into your jeans pocket. Knees are hip distance. And start to push the hips forwards. Draw the shoulder blades together. And try to reach the collarbone upwards. That's it. Keep pushing the hips forward. So you're trying to reach the wall. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, slowly, gently release. We'll take one more round and I'll show you the second variation. It's your choice if you'd like to go there. So I'll just demonstrate. Same as before, I want to activate my glutes, my thighs. You can round the toes and I'm leaning all the way back. But if you see, my hip points are still reaching forwards, but I've got a deeper curve through my spine. Now, reaching back for my feet doesn't mean I'm doing more yoga. It doesn't mean anything. It just feels good for me because I'm also a school teacher and I'm working at home at a desk. So this is much nicer for me right now. So just ask yourself which variation is right for me. And wherever you are, keep breathing. Keep the glutes and the thighs active. And keep pushing the hip points forwards. Take about 5 breaths. And then gently release. Come into your seat, resting the palms on thighs. And just feel the effects of that back bend. Any sensations throughout the body. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, start to make your way onto your back. Drawing the knees in towards the chest. Shoulders are soft. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, draw the knees gently over towards your left side. On an inhale, draw the knees back to center. And as you exhale, take them all the way over to the right. Take an inhale, draw the knees back to center. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. I invite you to take any final movements before we come into our final relaxation pose. And in your own time, come into your Shavasana, your corpse pose. Taking the legs to the length of the mat, if that's okay, on your lower back. Release the control of the muscles throughout the legs and the feet. Find softness around the area of the hips. Let the shoulder heads gently come underneath so that the palms are reaching away from the torso slightly. The palms are facing up. The neck, the head and the spine are in one line. The eyes are closed. And the jaw is unclenched. Allow the body to find comfort in the stillness for the next few minutes. Not controlling, simply allowing the body to be. Please be gentle with your body. It loves you more than anyone or anything in this world. It fixes every cut, every wound, every broken bone, and fights off so many illnesses, sometimes without you even knowing it. Even when you punish it, it is still there for you, struggling to keep you alive, keep you breathing. Your body is an ocean full of love, so please be kind to it. It's doing the very best it can. gradually begin to draw your awareness back to your surroundings, becoming aware once more of the room that you're in, becoming aware of the earth below and the air above and around. Begin to draw movement back to the body in any way that feels natural for you. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. Gently rolling over onto either side. And take a final moment of stillness here to reflect on your practice and your breath and our collective intention of Ahimsa. Maybe there's something you'd like to take with you from your practice into the rest of your week. In your own time, coming up onto your seat. Bringing the palms together at heart center, Namaskar Mudra. Take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh it out. Breathing in to chant Om. Bowing the forehead towards the fingertips. Breathing in, send yourself love and gratitude. Breathing out, send love and gratitude to another being. Thank you for joining me.